has to actually scroll down the page to find half of the information. So this is a good indicator that the site could address this challenge of organization a little bit better, so that the viewer can access everything they need to. And another point here I will show is I'm going to highlight for you one of the drop-down tabs. So here we have current students, one of our stakeholders, and when you click on this, we have this drop-down tab. And we think obviously the drop-down tab, or the drop-down tabs are very useful, but unfortunately they don't include all of the web pages or all the content that is actually on the current student's page when you get there. And so this is, when we were going through this, we saw several examples of this where the content is there, but it's lacking continuity throughout the site that would really help basically tie up the entire site together. So I'll go ahead, I'm going to pretend like I'm clicking on current students right now, okay? And okay, so here we are. Clearly there were more, there's more pages that the viewer can get to that weren't on the drop-down tabs. So in this way, we really do think that by even mildly improving some of the organization of the site, it's going to make it a much better product for our viewers. So that brings me to our third point, which is the aesthetics of the site. As we can see the site as it stands today, we have two colors, and that's white and blue. We feel that this is too bland for our viewers, and it's not engaging enough to really make all of our stakeholders excited about the information that they're pursuing. So right now we also know that the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences is part of the U of A, which has another color, and that's red. We think that the site really could be improved by adding the color red. It's obviously one of our main colors, and it's something that we were very excited about. We're like, oh, we could add that as a huge thing. So one other aspect for the aesthetics we think could be improved upon is images. The thing about the work lab that's great is it has all these beautiful images that go with each of the majors, and I think that could be used across the website to really supplement the information that we're trying to get across. So aesthetics is, as I said, part of the design process, but that's also with the addition of it needing to be functional.
Right, so in order to get to all of these challenges that Emily has pointed out, we conducted a couple forms of research. First, we went through each link that was on the homepage of the CAS website and determined pros and cons of each page. So our first one here is Alumni and Friends, and we found that that page just had some context about how there will be information there in the future and didn't really need to be there at the moment. And then faculty development, we found a lot of really good content, and just that it lacked some engaging material, aesthetics, and color. So then we did the same, we had the same approach with our other websites outside of CAS. We looked at the Buckeye Careers page, and we determined that it was simple, it was a little bit easier to use, but it was still a little bland. And then we also looked at the U-Access page, which I'm sure all of us have seen a million times, and we noticed that it was simple, but it still was easy to look at, it was appealing to the eye. And then our second approach to include more stakeholders was that we sent out a survey to the CAS staff over email, and this included 9 questions, 7 of which were qualitative questions, and those questions included what the staff thinks the purpose of the website is, what they thought could be improved upon, what they liked about the website, what they didn't think needed to be there, what functions they would like it to have, or what functions they liked about it in its current state. And then we had 2 quantitative questions that, the first one was how often do you visit the site? And majority use it weekly or daily, so we thought that was important, so it did need some improvement because the second quantitative question was, how important is it that the website is aesthetically pleasing? And 100% of people said that it was very important to them. So by how often it was used, we noticed that it was very important that we include that in our recommendations. So then to analyze the qualitative questions, we used a frequency analysis and counted words that showed up more often than others. And we noticed that informing came up a lot. So it was important for the CAS staff to be able to use it to inform students and any other stakeholders. Better visuals also came up a lot, so it helped us ensure that we were going to focus on aesthetically pleasing. And then finding things, number of clicks, and edit or fixing came up often too, which all kind of went towards the ease of navigation of the site and being able to edit it easily and be able to use the website easily.
At the beginning of the semester, we set a number of objectives we wanted to meet by this time. Those included a user-friendly experience for the stakeholders, organization of the tabs and the content of the website, as well as making the website aesthetically pleasing. We wanted our stakeholders to be able to navigate the site extremely well and for everything to be very easy to find. The long-term goals we kind of set for the site were to make recommendations that were simple to implement, as well as allow for continual growth of the website, as well as easy maintenance. Whoever is going in and actually making these fixes and recommendations for the website, we want them to be easy and not take up too much time, just to not overcomplicate things, as well as we want the website to continually grow. I mean, this is version 1, version 2, this is going to keep getting better from here on out. As well as easy maintenance, just having someone go in and doing whatever they need to do, updating the events page, updating things like that. We came with the conclusions that there were 3 major areas that needed the most work. The first one being aesthetics. We wanted it to be visually appealing for the stakeholders. This includes tying in that color red that we have, adding some pictures, organizing it a little better, as well as the menus at the top and the bottom. So the bottom one missed a lot. The content of each tab be better organized for the drop downs to include everything that's on the actual page, as well as condensing some of the material so that it all kind of goes in the area that it should be and where it belongs. We also, one of the last major area we thought needed the most work was adjusting the functionality of the word cloud, as kind of been talked about earlier in our presentation. The words move and you don't really know that you can actually click on it to get somewhere to look at your major or future careers. What we found was that through our research, as well for outside of the 4 of us and through the CAS staff, we found that the website needed to be more visually appealing, better organized, and a lot of the content on the website is great and it's very useful and it's a great resource for our stakeholders. I mean, our faculties, current students, future students, industry, alumni, they can all use the website, and it's a great resource for everyone, and as well as the word cloud needing an update.
So we're going to move on to the recommendations part of it, and how it's going to go is we're going to start with the current CAS website and just take you through it, highlighting on different tabs as though you're a student viewing it and looking at specific content. And so this is the current CAS website as it stands right now. You can see that there's just a plain white background with blue. There's not a lot of red. And so since this year U of A has done a whole new rebranding of it, we've